God save you, Henry.
May the Lord watch over you.
I'm ready.
Are you sure? You should wear lightweight black clothing. Anything you don't need, you can leave here. I don't want you clanking around in plate armor.
Yes, I'm ready to go.
Good luck to you. If any of you are having second thoughts, this is your last chance to speak. Very well. So I hope we're all clear on what has to be done. We need to free the hostages to deprive Toth of his advantage. Now he'll be keeping them somewhere where they can be guarded, but somewhere separate from his other men.
And where would that be?
We always kept our captives in the house on the Bailey by the stables.
What if they're in their tower or somewhere else?
Then we'll have to go to the gate and try to open it. But that will take time and attract attention. So we can only do it if we know exactly how things stand. And if they sound the alarm, before we've done anything, we get out of there quick. Understood?
And leave them there?
Better a couple of hostages than a pile of corpses. Lord Capon, are you quite certain you want to engage in this action?
Quite. After all, it can't be much different from sneaking out of the upper castle in Rattay and back in every night. Besides, who else will keep this hothead from raising bloody mayhem?
Well, see to it that you do, my lord. May God guide our footsteps.
This will be something.
We'll go first and take out the sentries. Wait here.
What are they waiting for?
Quiet, for fuck's sake.
What are they waiting for?
How should I know?
Why do I bother asking?
Oh, be towards that light on the battlements. Fuck this waiting, I'm gonna climb.
I'll put on his armor and watch this side. But there are still 2 guards on the portcullis winch to deal with. Any volunteers?
Henry will do it.
Buffoon.
Henry, then. Just make sure you keep quiet.
First, we have to find the hostages. It'll all go a lot easier if no one sees us. Fully around the portcullis is mounted to the ditch. First, we have to find the hostages. Then we can come back and deal with the rest. Almost there. Let's not fuck it up at the 11th hour. Careful here. All doors lead to the courtyard. All it takes is for one man to go for a piss and he'll see us. Patience.
Fuck. The alarm's been sounded.
What's the matter? Lost your balls? What's the matter? Come on!
I have to admit, we didn't do too well.
True, the shame of it. They drove us back before we even got anywhere. It's worse than if they'd killed us.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. We had to give it a try. If we succeeded.
If pigs had wings... I know it troubles you, but it's not over yet. We'll rescue the hostages and hang that bastard Ishvan.
It seems, Robard, that we're running out of options.
We don't have enough men to scale the walls with ladders. We can't afford to lose any more. We can only take Talmberg by a ruse or with superior numbers. Ruses have failed, and we don't have superior numbers.
And we are left with no choice but to build a trebuchet. To demolish my own walls. Where is Master Faithfar?
He's waiting. We sent for him as soon
Bring
as...
him to me. Let's not waste time.
Sir Divvy.
You will build me a trebuchet, Master Tobias.
Trebuchet, my lord. That's not entirely in my field of expertise.
We have to take back Talmberg.
Yes, indeed, sir, I understand that.
You
but...
are the best engineer we can rely on in the whole fiefdom.
Oh, well, thank you, my lord, but it's just that I've never built a trebuchet before. This could take some time.
Then you'd better get to it. Bernard will go over the plan of attack with you.
Oh.
Well, Master Tobias, you have much to do and little time. I will not keep you any longer.
Indeed. Of course, sir. Thank you, my lord.
How are the preparations proceeding in the other camps?
As well as can be expected under the circumstances. There are still many things that need doing, but I just don't have the time for them.
No, you don't. Henry.
Yes, sir.
I would like for you to help with the preparations in the encampments.
Gladly, sir.
Robard will brief you. That'll be all.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
I'm here about the mine. It's been plundered and wrecked.
That's a weight off my mind. And did you see anyone there? Thieves or suspicious type?
Nemoy and his gang were stealing silver there.
The vermin. I thought as much. Did you bring him here?
I tried to, but he was having none of it. He didn't want to burn, so he tried to kill me.
Well, I'm...
About my reward for...
Yes, of course. Actually, I don't believe any reward was mentioned. On the other hand, you've surveyed everything as I asked, and that deserves a...
And they tried to murder me.
Yes, of course. It's a sad world we live in. I'm sure you deserve a little extra coin for it.
It's been a pleasure.
Good. There you go.
A nice little sum. Thank you.
Enjoy it in good health. God be with you.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
What needs to be done?
Look, a military encampment's a complicated thing. I don't expect it to be as peaceful and orderly as Holy Mass. But what we have here now is havoc. The men are as nervous and short-tempered as caged bears. When you walk around the camps, you'll see for yourself. Grumbling everywhere, complaints about everything from the gruel to the fleas. They're moaning they've drunk the alehouse dry, and now they have to wait for the next batch of beer. We've got dead who deserve a decent burial. The less the troops grumble, the better off we'll all be. But that's not...
What do you mean?
Did you hear what Sir Divish was saying to Fafar, our master builder? And what did you make of it?
He said he'd never built a trebuchet catapult. I wouldn't even know where to start, but he might.
But if it'll take him as long as he said, We can't wait until Judge...
I'll try to ask him if I can help in some...
You should definitely do that. Without a trebuchet, we're much...
How are you faring, Sir Robard?
How do you think I'm faring, lad? There's some...
Well, at least no one's raised Talmberg.
Not so far. Though we may...
I imagine Sir Divish isn't taking it too well.
And why do you think he handed command over to me? But it pains my...
What's the easiest way?
The easiest way? Call in the Royal Army and leave it to them. But there's no Royal...
Repairing the castle will be expensive.
And time-consuming. No trebuchet is wholly on target. The missiles fly as they please. And if we blast the castle to pieces and Sigismund comes...
Do you think Sigismund will come back?
How do I know what's in his head? But if he doesn't take advantage of this chaos, someone else probably will. The whole country...
I'd never have thought so many people were keeping an eye on Talmberg.
Not only Talmberg, and we've left precious few men in Ratai. If we're defeated...
Is there some way...
There are steps from the gate up to the walkway on the back...
Stuck up brushwood and...
Brushwood, timber...
And even if it doesn't burn the gate right down...
Exactly.
And what about the walls?
The south and east are solid. It would be...
It's best defended from...
From the west is where we tried it, and got royally fucked.
Pity they didn't stay whole...
Toth is a wily...
Is there anything else I can help with?
Well, we need some pitch. I know you had dealings with the charcoal burners.
I've met a few, true enough.
Then have a look around the area. If you manage to find any pitch, bring it to our quartermaster in the camp at the quarry.
Is there anything you can...
The truth is, Talmberg has far too few...
Pity they didn't stay hold up...
Toth is a wily fox. If he... Take care now.
Welcome. Greetings. What bit?
Sir Robard sent me to you. He said you have to build a
Indeed. A trebuchet that can smash the walls of Talmberg. Aye. I'll never manage it on my...
Well, I'd like to help you, but how? I don't know anything about trebuchets either.
Actually, there is a way you could help. Conrad
Kiesel?
He's a scholar who studied medicine. He even took part in this...
You're still an engineer, though.
Are you serious? If we were lucky...
All right.
Thank you, Henry. See you later.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
How are we doing with the food?
Who wants to know? One of their lordship?
No, I just wondered if there was anything you're short of.
Oh, I see. The lordling is wondering if we're in urgent need of anything. Well...
Yes, I've heard something like that.
I'll say. Every other man's moaning on about it. The gamekeepers are doing all they can, but they can't keep up.
Fine, I'll keep that in mind. Do we have any beer?
Christ, I wish we did. Alright.
That's bad news.
Don't I know it? You can't go and catch a beer in the woods either. But if you happen to know, and the lads too, good luck to you.
Henry's come to see us. God be with you.
How are the men holding up?
They're a rabble. The out-of-towners are desperate to go home. And the local...
Are they causing trouble?
No trouble as such. It's true I've caught a few of them asleep on their watch.
Well, there might be a simpler solution.
Whipping a man, simple enough. Just give one of them a beating, the others will remember. And when they forget, do it again.
But then you'd have an injured soldier. It occurred to me a herbal potion might do the trick.
I never heard of any wives' quackery helping troop morale. But Christ knows they could do with something to flush the booze out of them and keep their eyes open.
How goes it, Sir Bernard?
How goes it? We're sitting here under the castle, and all day long there's folks hewing...
I felt that way too since the night of the attack.
That went horribly wrong. And even so, we were lucky. Could have gone much worse. Good luck to you.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
How do you feel, Sir Divish? How's the shoulder?
I felt better, boy. I feel awful, truth be told, and my shoulder's paining me. The flesh can be healed, perhaps, but the spirit... Henry, can you do something for me?
What is it you need, sir?
I need a priest as well as a physician. The closest was in Rovna, but I don't know what happened to him. And then there's the one from Ujits. What's his name?
Godwin. But why would you need a priest? The wound will heal.
It's not about me. I've got a lot of wounded here. See you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I brought you some meat.
Stack it over here.
That's the lot.
Good. Well, thanks very much. And when you've got more, feel free to stop by. You won't be unwelcome. Oh yes, and here's a little something for the trip. Take care now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I brought you some meat.
Stack it over here.
That's the lot.
Good. Well, thanks very much. And when you've got more, feel free to stop by. You won't be unwelcome. Oh yes, and here's a little something for the trip. Good luck to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
God save you, Henry.
I'm honored that you should come to me.
Andrew, there's no more beer in Talmberg, and the soldiers are starting to grumble. Can't you send some there?
I could. There's nothing in it for me.
Just as a matter of interest, who do you pay your taxes to?
You're saying I should be paying the Talmberg told Sir Divish? When Sir Havel of Volbeck was the massacre, I managed to wriggle out of it. Nobody's come to me since.
Well, right now, there are 3 noblemen camped by Talmberg, one of whom might be very interested to learn about all the tax you owe. I imagine he might want to collect it in the form of beer.
When you put it like that, I have got a few things I could send over. Oh, they'd only spoil if I kept them longer, and I'd have to throw them away.
Just remember, if you poison them, they'll hang you for it.
Those soldiers would drink it up long before it was time to go off. And what's more, what with all that cabbage being eaten, it wouldn't affect anyone the ships came for to see the beer. I'll have them loaded up right away and taken there. And give their lordships my regards. Tell them I'm sending my best beer as a gift. Why the devil shouldn't I get some goodwill out of this at least?
How's trade?
Around here? It's those 2 idiots, Bob. Don't you know them?
Have you seen a worn-out old whore?
She disappeared yesterday and hasn't been back since. I heard.
Oh, fuck.
They say it looks like a butcher's yard there. No one can say for sure if the old bitch had anything to do with it. But I'll wager the shirt on...
What do you think about Talmberg being attacked?
What do I think? That as long as decent people can...
Well, this new lord never forgets a man who fails.
It's terrible news.
People usually shit themselves when that happens.
All to the good. A nice bit of manure and everything blossoms.
Here's your share.
My share of what? What the hell are you on about?
Well, that thing with Thomas, somehow his ring ended up with us.
Are you out of your tiny mind? If anyone finds out you robbed him, we'll all be fucked.
Take it easy. It wasn't theft exactly. We all know he stole that ring himself. So if it comes out, he'll be in the shit too. He'll keep his mouth shut.
Where'd you find someone willing to buy and not ask too many questions?
It wasn't easy. Then Fritz thought of Andrew.
And how did it go with him?
Well, first he didn't seem too keen. But when he saw the ring, he bought it off us. Actually, I'm not surprised. After all, we'll spend all the money on booze here anyway.
What now? What will you do next?
Now that you mention it...
Out with it then. What have you thought up now?
I can't help myself. It's force of habit. We tried to be good at Sasau.
So good that you punched a novice in the mouth.
Exactly. We broke our backs working in the mill.
While you eyed up the miller's daughter.
And they drove us out. The only worthwhile thing we did recently was give that wastrel a thrashing, take his ring, and sell it to Andrew.
I'm not sure I like where you're going with it.
And where's that? No one in the country gives a damn about the law. And if we knock some thief over the head in the woods, or ambush some wagon with supplies for Sigismund's soldiers, I won't lose any sleep over it.
Those swine deserve even worse. But that's what Sir Hanush is here for, isn't he? What can we do?
Wake up, for Christ's sake! It's war! They skewered your parents, didn't they? They fucking burnt down...
Of course I fucking do.
And now, there's a herd of swine ransacking Skalitz. Those fuckers are trampling over the ashes of Jeremiah, and Desmond, and Siegfried, and Tristan.
Let's chop those bastards to pieces, one after the other.
I can't let it go, Hal. Even if I have to do it on my own, I'll put the fear of God into those bastards.
We'll strike fear into the fuckers.
I knew we could rely on you, Hal. I knew it.
So, what's the plan?
Well, I thought Andrew the innkeeper here could help us, but he's nervous. Best off.
All right, I'll do that. I was wondering, did we all get equal shares?
No, you got less, but still plenty.
I don't like that. How come I have less?
Because we had to fucking sell it. And don't forget, we didn't have to give you anything
I want more money for that ring.
And why's that? Nice.
I'd like you to teach me how to be better.
Certainly.
I want to achieve my...
All right, but it'll cost you.
Isn't that quite a lot?
Agreed. Now listen up.
My pleasure.
God grant you health. How may I help you?
I hear you've got a plan to fleece the local villains.
Be nice, wouldn't it? Otherwise we soon won't have a pot to piss in.
And
Exactly.
so what's the problem?
He reckons we're not up to it. You should try and talk him into it. You were always good at that. Oh, and tell him I sent you, so he doesn't send you packing.
Do you know how I might set about convincing...
Mention money.
That's all?
Aye. Our friend the innkeeper's as greedy as they come.
I want to get better at...
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my skills.
All right. But it'll cost... Now.
Fritz sent me.
Ah, you'd like some wine from my...
That's right.
I'd like to hear.
So, Fritz sent you, did he?
Aye. This was his idea.
Look, lad, I'm fond of Fritz. I knew his old man, but Matthew, he's insane. Robbing people,
Only those that deserve it.
And you think his lordship won't mind? Have you any idea the kind of shit you can get into? I don't believe you're up to it.
Why don't you believe us? There's plenty of coin in it, and almost...
So, there'd be a share in it.
A handsome one.
We'll see if you're up to it. You'll need a disguise.
What disguise?
Use your head. You can never be sure no one will see.
Yeah, that's true. We'll have to put on some other...
Dress up as humans.
What?
It's obvious, isn't it? Everyone knows they're looting. If someone's robbed by humans, no...
that's true.
A captain's. And 3 sets.
What?
On account of the helmets. No one will recognize you with them on.
And where the hell am I supposed to get it?
There's gangs of humans around Skellets.
I'm supposed to attack a human...
A minute ago, you were afoot.
But the whole fucking camp.
Scouts are deserters. Most likely the ones who are trying to stop. And even humans have to sleep.